Hello! We are 249 days from the Rhythm Rapture. And today, we're whipping out the big guns, the OG Purple 3DS. Okay, so last time I played a little bit of Rhythm Heaven Gold, and in my free time I managed to get the rest of the Superbs. So that file is all prepped and ready for me to begin earning perfects. And that's gonna be really stress-inducing, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But now I'm just prepping the rest of the files for the other 3 games. And today, if you guessed Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix for the 3DS, I'm so sorry, you're wrong. We're actually going to my virtual, this little folder called VC. You like my Earthbound theme, by the way, on my 3DS? That's totally legit Nintendo sponsored theme. And my cute little stickers and stuff. I love this 3DS. It's my OG. I literally got this like when it came out as a graduation gift. A 6th grade graduation gift, I should say. I was like 12. And I've just had it and loved it for so long that I decided that it's imbued with my personality forever now. It's forever mine. It's entwined with my soul. And much like that, I have tailored it to my exact needs. So, on this 3DS, you're able to play a little game called Rizumu Tengoku, or in Japanese it just means Rhythm Paradise or Rhythm Heaven. It's the first Rhythm Heaven game. It came out for the Game Boy Advanced before the DS one. The DS one was the first to release in the Americas, but it was a Japanese only entry. And that's the one we're gonna be prepping today. The second of 4 games. I really like this one. I have a tiny bit of a history with it, even though it's Japan exclusive. That's kind of exactly what drew me to it as a child, because I just loved video games from an early age, and quickly learned that not everything that is available to us here is, or rather, not everything that's available in the world is available to us here. So sometimes there are little secret-y things hiding over the oceans. And so I think I discovered it through an online emulation site called Vizdboard. I don't know if anyone has heard of that, but that was how I used to do all my emulation as a little kid, because I didn't want to download anything on my computer and get scary viruses. And that's where I found this little gem. And as you can see, it's in Japanese. There are fan-translated versions of this game. I prefer playing the Japanese version because it's a game that's so intuitive in its design, and just Rhythm Heaven at its core is so intuitive in its design that you don't really need the English to figure out like what you're supposed to do. If you see 2 people bouncing on a trampoline, you should probably figure that you're just gonna be pressing buttons and timing to them jumping on a trampoline. So yeah, we got the main menu here. I don't know why there's a weird menu at the beginning of this. It lets you sort through. This is the rhythm test you play at the beginning of the game. Rates how rhythmy you are, how good you are at rhythm. It's kind of like Brain Age. It'll like give you a score out of 100. This is like email you can read that just you unlock as you progress through the game. It's like lore, sort of. This is one of the things you might want to be able to read Japanese for, because as you can see, there aren't so many context clues with just a blank screen of text. And I was studying Japanese for 2 years, or no, yeah, 2 years in college, but I'm not quite good enough to make all this out. I mean, I know that says Go aisatsu kono tabi wa Rizumu Tengoku. Haha, there's the title, Rizumu Tengoku, between these little like quotation brackets. Anyway, that is so off topic. But yeah, so not only did I emulate this game as a child, but I also, I love this menu music. Beep boop 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 beep boop 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 boop. Such a good beat. As you can see, I'm on the 3rd remix right now. There are only 8 in this game, as opposed to the rest of the, or rather, Golden Fever have 10, which is what a lot of American players would be used to. So anyway, I'm about halfway through the game right now. Again, just beating levels, trying to get to the end. We've got a really odd game to start off with, so I'm just gonna get this one out of the way. This is called Quiz, and it's really weird. But this is the practice for it, and we're just gonna go ahead and skip that. So this guy's gonna ask us some questions in Japanese, and we're gonna answer them with the correct number. And supposedly this has something to do with rhythm. Did he hit that one extra time at the end? I think he hit it one extra time. I hope I'm right about that. Let's find out. The suspense is building. Whew. That would have been embarrassing to get it wrong that quickly. All right, let's go. Let's just get this out of the way. This is one of the weirdest games in the entire series. I think anyone can agree on that. Okay, hit it one extra time. So your rhythm does matter, but what really matters is the number at the end, mostly. Like, I'm pretty sure you can get a superb in this just by getting the number right. The rhythm is just like this game's way of being like, hey, you know, rhythm is an inherent thing about life. You know, it could even help you with seemingly completely unrelated tasks like remembering something, like remembering a pattern or an amount of something, you know, like mnemonics. Think of mnemonics in school, you know, you make a cute little rhyme, you remember an academic fact a little bit better, a facet of some kind of academic subject. So it's kind of it's a neat concept. It's just a little bit weird for a whimsical rhythm game. And look, it's those apathetic audience members in the background again, but they have no blushies or mouths, so they look a lot scarier actually, especially considering this guy's like a literal demon. Like there's a lot more there's something kind of horrible going on in the studio, as everything is in Hollywood. Maybe poignant, apt. There's something just satisfying about copying exactly what he does, even though you don't need to. Pretty good, and that's my superb on Quiz. Which again, the classic rating screen, how the rating screen always goes. I just realized I could point that away from the. I'm gonna be learning a lot about recording things. I never record stuff on my phone. But yeah, that just said superb. You got a medal. I think it actually says high score. I'm not exactly sure. So just a little kind of fun fact I wanted to touch on about this game. Not only did I emulate this game as a child, but also I've used this YouTube channel before when I was really young, when you're not supposed to be using YouTube or any social media for that matter. I used to upload little tiny screen caps of playthroughs of me playing video games on my laptop. So my tiny child voice would just be like, "Oh, what's up, guys? It's my old username was Got No Nickels. It's Got No Nickels, and today we're playing Rhythm Tengoku." And then I probably wouldn't talk very much during the game because I probably had to focus. It was like one of my first times ever playing that game. And yeah, I had 2 episodes of me playing Rhythm Tengoku, and then an episode of some episodes of me recordings of me playing like flash games online with my friends. So yeah, fun fact: this channel has had videos on it before. They are all gone now, lost to the ether. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna do Nightwalk now. So I'm just gonna explain a little bit of the gameplay loop of Rhythm Heaven, so it's not so confusing, because it's just a lot of moving pictures and really strange scenarios. So essentially how it works is you unlock one row of games at a time, and you unlock them one by one, like this. So the first game I had was Quiz, now I've unlocked a new one. This one's called Nightwalk. And you continue unlocking these levels that are closed right now until you get to this final really scary, hazardous looking one, and that's a remix. And a remix is a combination of all the games you've played, set to some original music. So we just unlocked Nightwalk, so looks pretty fun. There's a cute little guy on it. Let's press on it. It gives us a cute title screen and a jingle. And then it throws us into a game with a little bit of instruction. And basically what happens is you just play through this little scenario, you enjoy the music, In this particular one, my goal is just to safely make it across this road. We are, as you can see, dangled quite high into the sky. All you can see are stars. I love this song. It's honestly so gorgeous for a little GBA jingle. And they're just encouraging you, the little text boxes. And I'm just pressing A. I guess I could show you my thumb. I'm just pressing A to the beat. Just on the on beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you know I'm doing good because hearts and peppermint lollipops are coming out of the ground. That's always how you know you're succeeding in life, I would say. Wherever I walk, flowers and peppermint lollipops come out of the ground, so I wish that upon all of you as well, all of you lovely people. You know, always strive to have those just appear at your feet. I'm sure they do. And then that was it. And then he floats away peacefully into the stars. The words are sighing there because I just got an okay rating, which is not very good. I'm trying to get superbs on all of them. Demo... What does that say? A-bomb. A-bomb. Well, that's unfortunate. And then after every game, they give you not only your rating, which can either be a try again, meaning you have to try again, you can't move on, and okay, which means, you did good enough, you can move on to the next game, or a superb, which means you get a medal, and also unlock further progress towards the perfect campaign, which is the goal of this challenge, you know, the whole Rhythm Rapture thing. So I'm gonna have to redo that one at my own time. I'll show off one more thing here. I'll show off the next game, Power Calligraphy, because it demonstrates an important facet of this game. There's the title screen and the jingle. The practice. So when you see this little tab at the top, it means you're practicing. And it's just teaching you what to do. It's kind of explaining it at the bottom, but you can kind of figure it out. There's a hand. He seems very energetic about painting stuff. Maybe help him out. There we go. And we're just drawing kanji. And then it puts us right in the level seamlessly. Not all practices are seamless, but this one is, which is kind of cool. And you'll see, it's pretty obvious why this is called Power Calligraphy. A lot of people were worried. A lot of classic fans, A lot of classic fans of the games were worried how this game would be localized if it were ever brought to the States. Because it's entirely about drawing Japanese characters. Spoiler alert, you still just draw Japanese characters in the English translations of this game. Because this game was brought back twice in English, actually. Even though it's supposedly exclusive to this Rhythm Tengoku version, the Game Boy version. Because, you know what? Pictograms are not foreign to people who live in the US. It's not that strange of a concept. That kind of looks like a snake. That kind of looks like a comma, because it is. That's kind of shaped like a heart, as everyone can see. A hook. Look how intense he gets. This is the power required for that beautiful writing you always see. And this is a very meaningful kanji in Japanese. I'm not sure the exact translation, but it's probably something like, you know, the daily ennui of a blue-collar worker. And then that just means end, I think. I think that means end. Or, like, perfect or something. There you go. Oh yeah, it says, high level. High level. That's what it says. In English, it usually says superb. But, high level. And then, medaru getto. Medaru getto. You got a medal. doggy doing the dance. Look at the doggy doing the dance. The dog's the center of attention. She's an absolute diva. Gotta respect my fellow dog girls. Okay, so, that's probably it for now. This is what I'm gonna be doing for the next day. Filling out the rest of these rows, getting the perfect campaign ready for Rhythm Tengoku. And, yeah, I'm happy to introduce this game to probably a lot of people who have never heard of it or would ever be exposed to it, because it is, you know, Japanese exclusive. But got it loaded up on my little 3DS, and it's really nice to play on this, actually. You know, I get all the benefits of, you know, surround sound on the 3DS and a maybe slightly bigger screen than a Game Boy Advanced. I do have a Game Boy Advance, but the speakers are broken. Not exactly conducive to playing a rhythm game, unfortunately. But okay, I think that's just about all I wanted to talk about today. And next time, it'll be another different rhythm game. You've got a 50-50 chance now. If you maybe want to double or nothing with that person you bet last time, what game will come next? Hey, 99% of gamblers quit right before they're gonna win big, so, you know, don't give up now. Okay. I love you all, and, you know, just remember, the rapture's coming.